In the last video, we rebuilt the Nitro with the Titanium Air Conception Frame, the version 2. So now it's time for its maiden voyage flight. But there's also some thermal shenanigans going on today, so let's have a look and see what's going on. A few of my buddies gathered here together today in the local Memphis area. This is actually West Memphis, Arkansas, more specifically. We found a beautiful sunny day to go up and fly, and the air was mostly pretty calm. The thermals were present, but manageable for us early career pilots. So, check this out. I had already set the wing out, but the wind was a little funkier than I expected. So I set it out here. Oh yeah, it's working fairly decent. Let's try to get the wall built there. Alright, time to hook up, right? Maybe. Wait, what's that? Look what the wind's doing. That doesn't look like the same direction wind that was going on before, does it?
I can't hardly hear you.
Alright, so we gotta resituate this thing. Looks like it shifted about 90 degrees completely to the right direction. And the wind is really kicking here. Alright, let's bump those lines a bit, kind of get that settled out and get the wall built back up in a new direction. And let's try that again, see if I can hook up before this thing switches on me. So there's enough wind here at some moments to do a reverse, but it's not really very consistent, so I stick with the forward, since I'm used to it mostly being an inland flyer. You beach fellas have it easy. So basically I split the difference. If it's a little windy, but it's not terribly windy, and it's not gusty, because gusty will hurt you, I'll go ahead and do a forward, and if it feels like it's pulling on me a little bit, I balance it out with a little bit of thrust to hold me in spot. So right when I got around treetop level, there was a little oscillation going on, but not really too much. It was from the rotor on the treetops. Here comes Chad. Let's have a look. That's him with the Velocity Core wing and a Blackhawk. It's a newer model Blackhawk, and really it's pretty doggone nice. It starts super easy. It seems to be a champ. I like it. He's definitely broke a lot less recently than my air conception seems to have, although that may have been my fault a little bit. Alright, so I flew for a while and I had no gloves on, and I thought I was tough, but I wasn't really that tough, so I came back to put some gloves on and take a short breather. So he's got a Nirvana Rodeo. There you go, you heard it. Much quieter than I thought. It's not super noisy. It's kind of a pretty even sound. I like it. It's a little heavier, but man, it's sturdy. So here he goes. This is the Mojo Power. This is his second flight on this wing. His first one was on a super sketchy day last week. It was a little rough, but today looks great. He's getting used to the way this harness is. It was kind of interesting. The Nirvana harness setup is kind of like this free-floating harness thing. I've never seen one like that. I've never seen one up close, but it kind of hangs lower than the frame of the motor and free floats your bottom. So here's these thermal shenanigans going on again here. So as the thermals rotate through, the wind shifts directions, and if you guys want to know more about that, you should check out Kyle O'Glee's channel. I'll go ahead and link it in the description, but he's kind of the weather master. And if you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you check out the Paramotoring podcast. I have no real affiliation with those guys, but man, I really enjoy it. It's pretty entertaining. They're a bit silly, but a bit serious. Get some good wing reviews and some thoughts on, upgrading wings and different motors and things like that. So go check those guys out. Chad tried to convince me before I took off that I could have left the wing in the other direction. He's crazy. If you guys are trying to forward, that wind better be moving the exact same way as your wing, or you better be really good at it, because it's really hard to do a crosswind forward. It'll just peel sideways on you, even with a little bit of sideways breeze. You can do them backwards if you have a light enough wind, like a mile an hour or so, and you want to run a little faster, but you can't do them sideways so well. Hey, looky there, we got the mechanics gloves. Choice of professionals everywhere. I usually fly with dirt bike gloves, but they're a little too airy and venty, so I swapped these out for the mechanics gloves I had in the car. It definitely wasn't cold enough for real gloves. And Chad's got to be so toasty in that suit right there. Look at that. This guy never fails a forward launch. Maybe once or twice. Never recorded it. So we finally all three got up here. And just fiddling around. What a gorgeous day. West Memphis Airport is right there to the right. I'm kind of keeping an ear out on the radio for any traffic. There was quite a few practice flights going on that day. But I kept in contact with them and we stayed out of the pattern. We're about 2 miles to the south. Not really any big deal, as long as you know where they're at. Hear them come on the radio, try to spot them. There's Chad and David. Having a great time out there. So we're gonna go motor over to them. Get a little closer. Look at that mountainous view. Oh wait, no, we don't have any of that. Memphis is pretty flat. If you like water and swamps and river, we got that. Come and see it. We also have a pyramid that looks like a big glass mirror wall. So you can come check out that too. You can fly right nearby it. There's Chad. What a beautiful day. One day I'm going to have audio on my helmet cam instead of dubbing some of these over all the time. I do like the audio when I dub it over, but it's just not as exciting sometimes as the other guys who are talking while they're flying. I can't point out any things like buzzards circling and thermals or anything like that. Just not in the moment when you don't have the audio attached. So this Nitro, this is its second flight. I checked everything when I got on the ground the first time. Had a look-see at what's going on. Also, you see the 2D steering. If you guys haven't watched the earlier videos, this is a Spyder. I put the 2D steering on. You can get this puppy sideways. It's not as agile as a Hadron or something like that, but, it's better than it was. Still have some fun and get sideways. Yeah, like I said, I checked everything when I got it back on the ground after about a half hour. Everything was tightened up, all the bolts were good. Wasn't hitting anything, clearances issues, nothing like that. So this titanium frame, man, it feels good. It feels a little more molded to you than the other frame did. It's a little bit shorter overall, if you sit it on the ground next to the other one. I am going to rebuild that other one with my dad, and we're going to keep that one as a backup. So I'll have something to fly when I go to Georgia and visit. So here's Chad flying around. I got the drone out and figured I'd try to take a few shots. Some of them turned out pretty good. Even got some lens flare on there. That's not added in. Look at that pass. Don't you guys wish you were up there flying? If any of you guys want to come to Memphis and the weather's good, come on over. We'll entertain you. Alright, here comes David in on the Nirvana. Oh, look at that. Gentle landing. And here we coming in hot. I didn't want to hit his wing. My wing almost tried to fall over on his, so I kept it running for a little bit. trying to get it away from it. So feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.